Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. This is the somewhat Soviet state of chaos, and we have finished our very first vehicle factory. The other one is still underway. There's still a fair bit of work happening with regards to the railway over here. Oh, we also finished, so I did play a little bit in between to try and get a few of the more boring stuff done in between episodes, basically. So we've got this one done. I managed to get 4 vehicles in here. They obviously have a lot of workers available to them, and we managed to build out some of these rail sections. Now we've got these 2 working on rail over here. I've decided to bring in an extra road, which actually works really nicely. If we have a look at the wireframe, you can see it's kind of hugging the little peak here, which would be like a little hill that we have over here. It's kind of, the road is hugging that, going into Irinsky over there, directly from the factory over here. A bit of a connection across the highway. That one is not the most efficient highway type connection. I will extend this highway, while we've got the wireframe on, I will extend this highway into that direction over there. So we'll hug the hill over there as well. So we'll now turn it to run it into that direction. And what I'll do as part of that arrangement, I'll build an interchange over here. I'll bring in this road to kind of hug this hillside over here, where we've got our bauxite facility, by the way. So we'll leave room for a big bauxite mining site over here, but we'll build a bit of an interchange over there, so it's easy to get on and off of the highway there without necessarily disrupting the highway too much. That's the plan for the most part. Okay, let's get rid of the wireframe and we'll see what else has been happening. So we're almost in a position to start building cars once we have our logistics networks up and running. Oh, so these guys will hopefully build this set of rail down here fairly quickly now. I'm a little bit more worried about how long it's going to take to build the rest of this, but yeah, it seems like it's acting pretty decently at the moment. This one we managed to finish this one off also. So that's done. It's nothing in there yet because we're also still waiting on sorting out some of the logistics networks components with it. And then, the one thing, what I also did is I've started connecting a few roads over here. So as part of that, I just said, let's connect a few roads in here. So there's at least a few alternative routes to get from Morgan Valley to this area, from Irinsky into here, and then this kind of, shall we say, the eastern side of Irinsky, Baraslav over here, from there. So it all kind of works together, I think, fairly well. One thing that I do want to do is I want to make sure that once this it's done, we're empty out on that, so we're probably getting close to being empty on this, so we'll need to bring in some crops. But what I want to do is I maybe want to do the crops directly to here and bypass this facility. We might still run that facility over there, but I want to see about bypassing this facility and take the crops directly to this facility, so that I can set up something to bring in some crops via train, because I'm thinking that we will constantly run out of crops and we need to bring in large amount of crops. So if we can bring it in from the border with train and drop it off over here, that would be really good for us. So that's some of the thinking pieces that's been happening in the meantime. Let's quickly pop in. I'll continue to let the game run a little bit, even though we may be running out of crops. So let's just have a look at that. This guy, I'm just going to let it bring in some crops from the, which one? From the border. This one picks up from the road cargo station and unloads it to the Sokos Road Farms and also the Zotko Road station. So that one is, these are empty basically. That's what this is saying, right? Or is this, why is it not moving? Anyway, what I'm thinking is from this one, let's add the border post to that one, so at least we'll continue to bring in a little bit of crops while we wait. Just I don't want us to run out of crops. So while you've got going on, these trucks will start moving. Yeah, there they go, starting to move. Okay, so we'll bring in some crops so we don't run out of food again. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to quickly have a look at some of the statistics. So we'll leave it running at a lower speed while we have a quick look at the statistics. So we're up at 27,500 population. It's growing yet again. Our birth rate is exceeding our death rate. We are seeing a little bit of escapes, and I'm sure that's kind of still linked to the food. But what I wanted to do is let's have a look at last year. So let's have a look at a few things. So if we have a look at the actual population, so we see we are coming back up after a little bit of a dip in the population over the last year. And then I wanted to have a look at education. So education, you can see that the no education is going down, though it was going up a fair bit. So this is something that I'm keen to have a look at it. Once that turns around again, so let's have a look at last month, for instance. On that, it is starting to turn around again. You can see the no education piece is going up a little quicker. So that probably means we need to bring in a little bit of a school to have a look at that. So let's just go back to this. So our education, the university education numbers is quite high, but it is kind of peaking off a little bit. Maybe we can build another university somewhere to deal with some of those things. In terms of deaths, we had a bit of a spike in deaths at the end of the last year. We also had a bit of a spike in the escapes a few times, and our birth rate is slowly on a downward trajectory, even though it's a very spiky little pattern. But it is on a slowly downward trajectory, so we believe we need to just find room for a few more adults to live. I think that's kind of okay. The unemployment is staying really steady. I'm happy with the higher unemployment because it allows us to do construction projects a little bit more effectively. So one of the first things I'm going to do now that we've had a look at that is I'm going to bring in a few more buildings to house some people. We want to make sure that we have, in fact, a place for those to go to work. We've got a lot of workers hanging out over here, and this is probably something we can do, is bring in our first workers from over there. But we'll need to have a look at that. So let's quickly start building a few more of these housing facilities, basically. And I'm thinking they are pretty big. So let's grab the yellow color, the blue color. Let's grab this blue color. They are sizable in nature. So we probably won't be able to bring in a lot of them. Maybe we'll do what we can do. Okay, so one of the things that I think I did pick up, hang on, let me just have a look at the mods again. So if we go to electric distribution, I think I added the mods to it. Let's just have a look. What am I looking for? The parking lot, power plant, power substations. Oh, this is the underground ones, power transformers. Here they are. Okay, so if we have a look at that, that's just the kind of these kind of you can use that to make it look a little bit more neat, basically. So what I'm thinking of is something like this, where we bring in a high the other way around, something like that maybe. We bring in, so instead of using this guy, we use this guy, and we kind of have a nice area where we can start running some cabling. But anyway, that's just to kind of show what we've got. Ooh, that's just a slightly larger looking substation. It's a high voltage switch, really. Okay, that's interesting, but I don't think it does appropriately monitor. I think that's something like that. Anyway, don't worry about that just yet. So one of the things that I can potentially do is run a better set of cabling over here. So let's run it through there and down here, and then join it up here so we can clear out some of the cabling in this area. The other one will run up to here and then directly into there. So we just clean this area a little bit up. This is a bit of a wasted space area right there, considering we're already wasting a fair bit of space in a number of these locations also. So let's start by bringing in a little bit of medium voltage lines. So I'm thinking one of them will come in over there, and so what we'll do is we'll run one of these guys up to there, and up to there. So if we could we build that? I don't think we can build that. I don't think that is buildable. If we drop without the power there for a while, it's probably going to be a problem. This one will be problematic for us either way. Something like that's not too bad. Something up to about here is how I would like to run that one. Okay, so something like that. So can we build these? And then the other one, I would like to maybe run it up to here somewhere. Something like that. There we go. That's kind of a little bit neater setup here. So let's do that. I don't think we have the ability to build these. We can't get these connected because, yeah, that is a little bit of a challenge for us, isn't it? So how would we get that built? We can build them from one end or the other end, but if I try to connect them over here, it's just not useful. I mean, running straight through here has not been a brilliant way of dealing with it, is it? It's just not tidy enough. I do like my towns to be a little bit more on the tidy side. Fairly happy with that, being reasonably tidy, hugging the road. This one could be tidier, but maybe because there's not much going on in this area and we've got a lot of infrastructure in the end of the world. This little point here seems to be our biggest challenge. If we do take out a section, can we do it? Let's just do it. Let's just go without power for a little while. Let's not worry too much about it. So let's trim these guys out. Oh, we're actually running them the wrong way around. Okay, well, to try and clean that up, probably be the right thing to do. Okay, so let's tie that one in, commission it. It should work. But what I want to do is I want to make sure that we in fact tying this one up also, so that entire section can be built. And then this one tied up here and that one tied in there, and we'll get all of those built. So now these sections we should be able to get them constructed, even though we're going to run without power for a while. Can these be connected? What do you mean? Oh no, hang on. Let me redo it. I'm worried it's not seeing them. Ooh, there was something funny there. Okay, let's try that again. Oh, that'll actually work quite tidily, right? So, oh man, I like that a little bit. So let's do that. If I do that, can we get these guys assigned? We can. Okay, perfect. So we'll get that assigned. The other one, let's just double check the other one. Maybe the other one's not going to work due to the fact that we've got multiple sections. Okay, yes, it's exactly the problem here. So let's, since it's paused at the moment, let's quickly fix that. We are probably going to need more power at some point too. Okay, so let's run that one across there. We'll do a little something like this. Then we'll run quite close to the road. There is something that I'm keen on. That's good, and we'll bring it up to about there so we don't block off that section. Oh, hang on. Oh, crap. We need to do it in one fell swoop though. Okay, hang on. We can't stop and start. That's the problem. Just thinking. That's been a bit of a disaster for us. So we need to... Really, do we... Hang on. Can this be built? This can be built. Anyway, I thought I did. Anyway, let's just do it. Get it done with. So if we do that, we won't be able to do it in one fell swoop. There's just no way, because we need to turn it now. Can't be. But this one had a turn in there too. Anyway, maybe if we connect it all together, so something like that is fine, and then we do that. Perfect. Now, if we connect that, this should be doable, right? If we click on this, can we get that? Yes, fine. Okay, so they should now be built. Okay. Build them quickly, even though we're not going to have power here for a while. That's not being built at the moment. This is currently doing... Whoa, look at all of these guys ready for action over here. The rail is making its way. Why is this kind of stood still here? We've got workers, right? What's the issue here? Really? What's the problem? Don't know why that's not moving. Okay, let's see about the extension of our highway. Okay, we want the big one. Okay, before we do that, I think one of the things that we'll need to do is I'm gonna run this straight for a while, and then I'm going to turn it into this kind of rough direction. Okay, so let's switch on the wireframe for a second. If we're saying that's going to be about here, because these guys are going to turn, let's start dropping down the stuff. I'm not going to. Okay, so let's start doing this. Let's do it. We might trim it back and run it in here a little. What? What do you mean? It's fairly close by, guys. You need a free excavator? Oh, is the excavator over here? Yeah, the excavators are over here. Okay, anyway, we'll come back to that then. We'll come back to it once the groundworks are done over here. I still don't know what's going on with these guys. No workers or mechanisms. We've got workers and mechanisms. Alright? Something's funny. Should I cancel? Let's cancel these and start it again. And start it again. Cancel this one and start it again. Hopefully that will pick up those things and they'll actually work. It was a little weird that. This one should still be working, right? What's going on there now? Hang on, let's just see what's going on here with our blocked stuff. Oh, this entire thing is kind of seen as a single piece. Okay, so what I'll do in the meantime is let's try and block them off in this general area so that they're at least separated in terms of those things. So that means this guy should be able to get in. Is this guy blocking himself? No, can't be. This guy can't possibly be blocking himself. It might just be a matter of he was stuck there for a second. No, he's really stuck. Let's oh, there we go. Wow, that was an interesting little piece. Anyway, this should be done, I'm thinking, fairly quickly. Okay, that's okay. This is going. Okay, good. These are still all moving. Oh, what I wanted to do is I wanted to start moving these guys. And so instead of going to this road cargo station, I want them to start going here. So we can start filling this up with crops. So we're limiting amounts. We want like 1,000 tons. Is 1,000 tons sufficient crops? Or do we bring that up a little bit more? I think we bring that up a bit more. 1,500 tons. Oh, initially the idea was, we probably need power in here before we do some of this stuff. Clothing is a lot. Do we need that much clothing? We could do with that much food. The idea is really what I want to do is this is where our distribution is going to occur. Our overflow is going to stick in these ones, and we're going to try and export from there instead. Not that I think we need to export food, but the additional amounts of like clothing and chemicals and electronic components and things like that, we can export from this general area. Okay, let's quickly see. So crops, we need a fair bit of crops. The other pieces are okay. Fabric is a lower number. Should we do more fabric? 500 tons of fabric, 500 tons. So will we be keeping food here though? We might not need to put food in there, only crops. Clothing, electronic components, well, we will do if we're distributing from there. In which case we probably need a nice big number. Chemicals, fabrics, food, alcohol is okay. We don't use a lot of alcohol. Electronic components, plastics is probably on the low side, but we don't need much more for distribution, and that's okay. So if we leave these numbers, well, let's up this one a little bit more. I think these numbers are okay. So now with that in mind, let's get these guys to, instead of delivering over here, we'll deliver it to, so this is the Soft Farms Road Cargo Station, which is no, I don't want to demolish it, I want to see it. Ah, see, it's this one. So instead of that one, so we don't want to deliver it there, we would rather unload it either there or, which is this one? Where is that? Okay, so either there or, why this one? Why would it deliver it over there? Oh, not enough space left. Okay, so anyway, let's remove that one. Let's remove the customs house for now. And I'm assuming there's some extra fields in there. I'm assuming we'd like that one to be a little bit more. And what we'll also do is we will deliver as best we can over here. What is this one called? I think we need to rename that facility. Huge modern warehouse. We'll unload our crops over there, and I want that one to fill those guys up. Actually, both of them. Fill them up as soon as you can. So at least we'll start moving that one over there. Then this one, all we'll do is we'll add to the mix the other one as well. We'll add this one, and we'll say please unload crops over there up to 90%. There we go. So now at least we'll be able to store crops more effectively. This is all happening as soon as these excavators move. We will see about going. Is this gonna work? Please work. Yes, working. Finish off. Excellent. So that section of rail is done. There's still a bit of building required right over here. So we should have empty or road vehicles, rail vehicles that can be built. Is this built? Oh man, all of those are built. So we should be back and powered up. And these are problematic with power. So we'll need to bring in an extra power connection over here also. But I'm happy that those were built fairly quickly. Now let's build these additional housing areas. And I want to build the big modded ones. So if we go residential, these guys, like these yellow guys over here. Come on, let's zoom it out. We can, in fact, squeeze one in right over there, and I do like the idea of doing that. So if we do this, let's try it straight from the top because I want to get them to a decent angle. Do we do that, or do we bring it in a little this way? I think we bring it in a little this way. We do need to leave room for a bit of a road connection there. So if we get these two built, that's pretty good. And then we'll see, maybe we'll get a couple of others over here, or we build another school. These are pretty huge buildings. So maybe we just bring that road connection in there. We'll get some of the pathways all connected up here. And then they will have these things available, but maybe, and there's a kindergarten over here that's already pretty full. So maybe another few areas here for our amenities. Maybe not another shopping center, but another school or something like that. So let's see, what do we have in terms of schools here? Big school's too big. This is maybe, these are all maybe too big. Maybe we'll just go with the vanilla school again. We'll grab ourselves a bit of a vanilla school right in this section. Yeah, that spot there is not bad. And what kind of kindergarten? Shall we do vanilla kindergarten? I'm not sure that would actually work there. What we could do is something like this. Yeah, that would work. We'll do a kindergarten over there. Just to continue to add capacity to all of these. Will that get a road connection? I'm tempted to run like this. Do that and tie it in. We'll tie in here and we'll also tie, oh man, that's going to be beautiful. There we go. This is what I wanted to do for this area. And we'll see about getting a bit of a sporting complex going on right here. So we can get started on that. Let's see what kind of sporting facilities can we place in here. So if we go with a sports playground, bowling alley. Oh, we can certainly squeeze a bowling alley in here. The gym. Oh, even the gym might squeeze. Almost. Yeah, gym won't squeeze, but we can get the bowling alley. Let's get the bowling alley. So something like that. There we go. That's pretty cool. There's this one. School gym. School gym can actually squeeze in there. Let's forget about the bowling alley and get the school gym in there. It's going to be a little better, I think. So that's going to be... We could even get the school gym on this side. Yeah, let's do that. Let's get the school gym on this side. Won't go in there. It could go over here. Got the big gym over there, so maybe the smaller gym right here is okay. Or actually, let's do it right over here. So we'll get this one nice and tight with the road and see about running something in there. So let's let's tighten it up right over here, and then we'll find something like a cinema, some sort of cinema complex that we can put in here. The small theater, the amphitheater, the greenhouse. I haven't built the greenhouse, and the greenhouse, oh well, not. I'm worried that if we do that, it's not going to have the kind of path connections that it needs to have. Let's try this cinema. This cinema is not going to squeeze. And the small theater will, in fact, squeeze in here. Yeah, maybe that's the right approach. So let's put the small theater in there as well. There we go. That's nice. Now we just need to commission all of these roads. So let's get that underway, and then we'll slowly start to see all of this being built. We can start laying out something like this. Let's see about running this. I'm wondering if this will work. If we do that, it might be a little tight to get these to work. That would be awesome if we can connect this one and that one. Oh man, and we can connect this one and we can connect that one. My goodness. Up to about there, and then what we'll do is we'll start tying in little sections here. Let's get that road built first though. We'll get that tied in, we'll get this tied in. We could also run a little pathway through here, but anyway, that's a very good starting point. This guy can tie up, and we could certainly find our way around something like this. Ultimately tie it in over here, cross it over there, get this tied in, get that tied in, and then can we tie it in somewhere here? No, that just does not want to work, doesn't it? Can't seem to get that to work. So potentially running in something from here. Yeah, that's going to be okay. So we'll get all of those connected. I like it. Good. Now let's get that all commissioned. There's a fair bit of construction that's going to pop in there. I do love myself these little housing complexes that we're building in sizable city blocks over here. It's looking pretty good. What we do need to worry about over here is getting a little bit far from any form of proper public transport, and so I'm almost tempted to run another little section of a railway line, maybe a little one-way loop that runs through here to provide a little additional connection that can operate on that loop, something to that effect. Anyway, we'll see how that goes. Is this progressing? Slowly. We still have the excavators out here doing their thing. Are we close? Where's our gravel? Got some gravel coming in. Are you waiting on? Here we go. Another load of gravel required, and then we'll be very close to finishing this section off. What's going on over here? Trains are still running smoothly. This is stopped. I mean, some of this is really slow in the uptake. We need some power over here. Power. This isn't actually running at the kind of capacities that it could run at. But we don't have any free power slots, do we? Have a look at this. Yeah, so we don't. What I can do is I can probably split something off. I mean, this area doesn't use a lot of power. I can probably split something off right over here somewhere. Let's see about this switch. Need something like this maybe, which will work quite well, I think. Something like that will work. Let's see about those modded ones. Modded ones is what I'm saying. So power distribution, transformers. We don't have funny switches here, do we? Transformer small. I like these transformers. Transformer medium. Yeah, something like this might give us a little bit extra, even though not as clean. What is this? Yeah, that's a pretty good one too. This is just a big switch that I don't think we'll ever use. These are kind of these comb thingies, which will just help us clean things up a little bit. And as we go forward, we'll use that a little bit more. I think the four-way switch over here is probably the most appropriate piece. So we'll get an extra connection as to what we've wanted to use. So something like this. We'll build that one over there. We'll provide a little extra section. We're not using the other ones here. So let's just grab that, get that built. It's a little messy in this area, but what can you do? Let's get MV to come over here and build some of these things. We need gravel and concrete. We need MV's workers, please, and we'll get MV's equipment to come over here also. That should be fine. Let's just get that done. Bring these guys in and start building that so we can see about powering this up. This should be pretty close to getting to the harvest. How are we going on food? Still have crops available. Very little crops. I'm assuming we've got we've got these guys rushing in crops to ensure that we don't run out too quickly. But I think what we probably need to do is let's run these guys in also. Currently not doing that, so let's do a bit of a pickup. These guys, not the plan for these guys to be doing it. And these guys, the long distance operation here is not great. What I'll do, I'm going to move 2 of these vehicles over there. So let's get, because I think we still have 4 spots. Let's move 4 of them over there. And in the meantime, we'll replace the 4 over here also. I wouldn't mind getting us building our very own stuff here. Okay, so we'll get 4 more to go over there. We'll buy 4 more at the border and bring them in. So let's quickly buy a few of these covered hull vehicles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Our money is still okay. It dropped a little bit because I bought the new train building kits. So let's move these guys over here. So once those guys, they'll help out with the crops a little bit. But yeah, we really need to start using the train to buy big amounts of crops. We probably need to do more farms, but for the time being, I'm quite comfortable to import that. Are these guys almost done here? We're still waiting on 14 tons of gravel. Are we out of gravel? What's the situation? Gravel. Yeah, we're probably not getting the gravel done as quickly as we can, and this is not getting enough tonnage going on. Yeah, so we are probably running a little slower on the gravel than we should be. Yeah, we're not doing proper amounts of gravel out of this. That's the issue here. That is the issue over there. Because everybody there's lots of construction underway. I wanted to get these freed up so I can extend the highway connection. There's a lot of construction that's of course going to start occurring over here. This will take a little while to get built though. We can do something nice in there. But Irensky over here is starting to shape up really nicely. We've got a lot of people studying. How's this going? Our population is growing really rapidly. What is this? This is meat storage? Okay. Shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, here we go. Okay, let's have a quick look at where our food is. Just before food starts becoming a problem, because I am concerned. 19 tons there is fine. 5 tons here is not enough. 18 tons there is okay. 16 tons there is okay. 8 tons here is probably okay. All of these have food available, and we've got, wow, 38 tons available over here. We are definitely running out of food. We're definitely running out of food. We've got electronics and stuff able to sell to our tourists. So they should be okay. I wouldn't mind doing a little bit of a footpath over here. These guys are unable to enjoy culture. So we need a little bit of more sports and culture facilities over here. We can start building a little bit in here. Maybe even in there, something culture related. Let's see sports. I mean, these guys. This is an attraction type carousel. Maybe a bit of a museum. What do we have? Museum of the Republic. That's not going to squeeze. This carousel probably will squeeze. Oh, it will squeeze quite nicely in that area. So that would be good. We need some sporting facilities. Oh, the swimming pool. I believe the swimming pool is a good one. Is a good one to have. We could see about squeezing in here somewhere. But really, we probably need to expand what we're doing over here. But this area is also not too bad, but we need to bear in mind that we need to connect it to the road somewhere, and then we can connect pathways on the other side. So this kind of setup for that would probably be okay. Slowly get the sporting facilities sorted out. So if we do something like this, this will work. Yeah, I think that's going to be okay for now. So we're going to slowly get started on building this. That's okay. That's not bad. Slowly get started on that. Start getting that ready, and we'll need some connection points for it. Also wanted to think maybe some other sports or theater type things. So let's just see the cinema piece here. Like something like that, theater maybe. It's not a bad theater. The small theater might actually squeeze in here. Not quite, doesn't want to. We could squeeze it in here though. Certainly. That is pretty good. So let's get the small theater in there. That's gonna really make a proper use of that space. We'll make sure to get this guy all connected up here. So then they'll have a little bit of culture available to them. Workers at some of these facilities might start to become a problem, but that's ultimately why we've got this facility here. So yeah, lots happening. How's this road going? We're pretty close to getting this thing done. Asphalt. There's a lot of asphalt that needs to be done. A lot of asphalt. All of these road sections are needing a lot of asphalt to get that done. So yeah, maybe I should hold off a little bit on extending these roads because they got all of our gravel here, but we're waiting on asphalt again. Let's stop the construction on that for a bit till we get some of these other things done. These rails are getting in there pretty quickly now. Let's move out down here. Have we started seeing some crops arrive? No. Do we have crops here? We're out of food. Not yet out of food. But it's not going to be very long before we will run out of food. Are these trucks coming in with some crops at least? Oh, it's loading here to take to the chemical plants. That's not good. And this guy? That's picking up alcohol of some sort. This guy over here is bringing in crops. Okay, so we do have vehicles bringing in crops, and yeah, we do have vehicles bringing in crops. But crops will be out very, very soon. So it should be okay. We should be okay. Are we almost done here? We need 13 more tons of gravel. Honestly, you should be able to get 13 more tons of gravel. Concrete? Where's the concrete going? Oh, you're stopping off. I don't have gravel. We're using all of this, but we don't have gravel. Let's have another look. We've got no gravel. Yeah, we're running out of all of this stuff. Can't export, but yeah, it's just because we've got a lot of asphalt being produced, I think. Okay, what's this guy doing? Is it full load? It's at least a full load. Yeah, there's just gravel going so many places. Vehicle production line. But it's only 9 tons. Okay, maybe that means we've got all the last bits and pieces done for that. Yeah, so all of the road construction is requiring a lot of gravel. And I'm just thinking, our gravel over here we should have lots of gravel over here. Can you not? Is that not where you're taking your gravel from? Where are you getting your gravel? Yeah, you are getting your gravel from the right spot. So why is it being a problem? Is it because someone else has decided to bring in gravel? It's a little weird. It is a little weird. We should start getting our construction sorted for the vehicles. Really, that would be so helpful if we can do that. These are running. Wow, there's so much construction happening. We have the population for it now. It's just the resources that's a little problematic. It's just the resources that's a little problematic. I do love this city. The city is starting to look really good. Starting to look really good. The continuous little sections of expansion, I like it. I like it a lot. This is not tight enough, I think. I like it being tighter than that. This is good. That's good too. Maybe it's not how tight it is. It's more about how it actually looks together. We need similarly scaled buildings next to each other. These buildings seem to be a little on the small side compared to the other big ones around it. And I think that's probably the issue. These are all okay because this is still fairly high density, just a step up and a step down in terms of how high. And with that one into this one into that one, it's going to look pretty good over here with the big shopping center over here. We now have a little bit of room over here to build some stuff, should we want to. All of this is underway. That's underway. Wow, lots of work happening. Lots and lots of work happening. Is this done? We still have these guys out on site. We need like 4 tons of gravel still. That is painful. To watch it like that is really painful. We need to not do that. This is being rolled. Nice. So then we only need another tons of gravel and get our street lights on there. That I think that's going to be a very good little road once we've got that up and running. This should hopefully be built fairly quickly. Then we can provide some more of the facilities that is necessary over here for our tourists. What is our tourist income looking like? Look at that amount of money on tourists. Let's pause the game. 20th of July, and look at that amount of money just from tourists. That is spectacular. That is spectacular. Really spectacular. I'm very keen to get my entire distribution working a little bit better. How many workers do we kind of have over here? My goodness, we've got so many workers available that we really should be able to produce the vast amount of products. Vast amounts. We should hopefully be able to get going on some of our crops here. Yeah, this should be sorted out soon. Oh, we should have this probably needs something. Yeah, I think this has just started construction, so I think that should be okay. Then we can bring in a little bit of a distribution facility. So let's a power transformer over here. These have power, right? There's a distribution here, and there's a distribution where? Here. Right, so where does this guy get its power from? Let's see. Oh, there's one right over there. Okay, let's just see. So I don't want to overlap this one too much. So this one is providing all of those. So over here somewhere might be fairly appropriate. Let's do something like this, or alternatively, on this side, could also work. If we do it here, we'll be able to put some stuff all the way over here. So let's do that. Okay, and the idea will be, I'll run a little bit of a road through here that can ultimately tie in to that section over there. Anyway, I've already messed it up over there, so let's do that. And what I'll do is I'll just put a little bit of gravel in here, so we'll start getting that built. Then we can bring in our power distribution over here. This guy. So we'll get that built, and then we'll see about how we tie these in once that's done. Okay, now we're going to start seeing some stuff being unloaded here. Oh, a fair bit of crops arriving. So what we can do now, you can also go and pick up over there, right? Anyway, let's just fill it up first and see about that. What was this? The chemical plant. Got a chemical plant on fire. Which one? Oh, this one. We've got our firefighters on their way. Get there quicker. I don't think this is working, is it? Another one. Nice. Good. Break it down. Yeah, this isn't working. We're not actually having that working. Do we have workers? Yeah, well, it was zeroed it on workers there. How's this going? It feels like this isn't working. This one is going. That one, is this not a sign? This is a sign, so it's just taking ages to get here, it seems. I'm almost tempted to start running something down here. You know what? I'm going to cancel this. Let's cancel that piece of construction. I'm going to cancel that, and the idea will be maybe we'll run see if we can run that, you know, from there. It'll only have a crossing here, and then we'll tie in on this side. But I'll be quite worried about getting a bypass going though. The alternative is for us to potentially run in from here. This guy can loop out there. We could run down here, run up this way, and tie in there. As a way of getting these guys out into this area. I don't know if it's really necessary. Let's just hold off on that for a while. There's a lot going on here in terms of that's almost done here. Lots of workers available in this area to do those kind of things. Do we have workers out over here? I don't think we have workers that comes here frequently enough. I'll need to check on getting these buses here a little bit more regularly, because I think they all get off because I've added the extra stop over here. We don't see any workers here. They seem to be full up on everything, and once we get our workers in here, it should all be fine. These guys are struggling to unload this stuff quick enough over here. Look at how many things. Oh, you know what I'm doing? I'm bringing it in from here. Let's stop that for the time being. So forget about that. What's going on over here? What's going on over there? Still have food. Maybe what we should do is let's stop the unloading at. That's just going straight. What? I don't have the big one in here. Oh, I've got the big one over here. Should I stop? I'm going to stop unloading at the big one for the time being. So let's stop that one just for a bit. I need to set this stuff up a little bit better. Just don't want us to run out of food. Okay, so we're done with that. Now the big construction materials are over here. What I wanted to do is I just wanted to make sure we do the little dip here for our... okay, so if we go... I'm going to track this one in here. Yeah, right there should be okay. Okay, zoom in so I can see what I'm doing. Oh, now we don't have anybody free? What the hell? I just had someone free. Where are you working at now? Let's just see where are you going to? Whoa! Kindergartens? No. Drop these, drop those. That's okay. Let's drop the school. Drop these guys. I don't want you to work on those guys. Devise vehicle production. You can work on that. You can work on some of the roads. So that's okay. If you're not doing that, then you should be available for us to do our work over here. Yeah, so the idea is we dip this thing so that we have a better interchange, so that we can build an interchange here. I think it's going to be a pretty standard diamond style interchange. Okay, something like this. So if I look at that, so let's stop that for the time being. How deep is that? Is that going to be deep enough? I think that might be fairly well trenched there. So if I go through here, yeah, I think we'll have to kind of run it into the middle there. Ooh, I don't want to do that. So yeah, something like this, right? It's not the tidiest thing. Where's that? What's the height of that? Those guys. Okay, so we could go a little deeper than that, though. Let's cancel these guys and let's try it one more time. Okay, now we're about at the bottom. We're going into the water now. So that's about it. So let's up it just a tad over here. Just get it out of the water there for a bit. Now what we'll do is I'm gonna run pretty straight little section like that. Then we'll go up on this side. Like so, and we'll go up on this side like so, and that will be kind of be the interchange, right? I think that's pretty good. Now what we'll need to do is let's get our bridges in place. So if we say we're going to extend these guys, let's bring this one forward. Okay, so something like that. Now, I'm thinking something like about here. Like so, and then a couple of bridges, right? We're going to use these guys. They tend to be the ones that work the best. Oh, yeah, that's the one. I wouldn't mind it going pretty straight. So something like that, and something like this. There we go. Now we'll be able to build a nice interchange over here. I'm not sure we'll get maybe a bit of clipping over there, but that should be okay. So that's going to be a nice little piece to extend. So what I might do is I might just clip it here, take it off here for a bit. So the idea here with this is that we'll try and get access points in here. Alternatively, you know what we could do? I could trim these out a little bit, bring it up. Let's do that. So let's get it, see if we can get it a little tighter. I would like it to be a bit tighter actually. So let's try that. Let's see if we run this up to say there. Okay, we'll bring out this one up to say there. Okay, and now what we'll do is let's try and fill in that area a little bit. So if we just say we're gonna what's the best? Let's level. What is that saying? Level terrain average, level terrain from the center. Ah, okay. Let's level from the center over here. Yeah, that's going to be a little tighter. I like that. Similarly, let's do something over here. Hopefully people are not starting to die just yet. While I'm busy playing around with infrastructure. This is the piece that I love though. I love doing this kind of stuff. Okay, that seems fairly reasonable. So now if we're trying to run, oh yeah, that's gonna work. Let me just line it up so we get it fairly straight. Don't do too much of that though. That's okay. That's okay. So if we run up to about there. And we're going to tie that in there. Something like that is what we'll do. Now, the idea is that fairly okay. Yeah, I think that's okay. It's not perfect, but it's okay. So now the idea is that we do something like this. Yeah, something like that. Over there, maybe. I need to end this episode. Let's not do that. Let me rather straighten this up just a bit more, and we'll see about tying it in maybe somewhere over there. And then that'll be your interchange, like so. Then we don't need an interchange. We don't need it on the other side too. You can get in here, turn, go, make your U-turn. Could we get it tighter? Is that something we could do? Let me test a little something on this side. If I do that, and we try and trim it out at a pretty unique angle here, I'm not sure we're going to be able to get it down into the spot there. Because this needs to be one way. No, this is not one way. This will be two way. So yeah, I don't think that's not properly working for us. So... can we get it tighter? No, I think we need to leave it where it was basically. So we'll need to run a little section. Something like that. So that's going to be our interchange. I'm going to commission it, I think, but I might just kind of trim back a little section there. I don't know. So that's going to be our interchange here. You know what we could do? Oh man, this is going to be even better. Hang on. I get so kind of tied into these things, so swept away. So if we do that, just a little bit straight, and then we'll. Okay, the idea is that we need to have a look at in the direction that we're going there. Well, we could just go, we'll go over the top here. So we'll do a little something like that. Oh, it's turning into winter now. Well, if we run across there, I think that's going to be okay. Let's pause it for a second. Yeah, I think that's going to be just fine. We'll do that. What I was thinking is now, instead of it running it this way, what we'll do is I'll run it out on that side, so it looks a little bit more normal. We'll do a little something like that, and then we'll just tie it in over there. So it's a tighter little interchange. That's going to be fine. That's going to be absolutely fine. So yeah, so you won't be able, yeah. So if you're doing that, you can do a U-turn like this, right? Alternatively, we could have just done. No, that's just on the one side. That's fine. Okay, that's it. Let me trim back some of these. I don't want to get. Yeah, what I'll do is I will commission them and stop the wireframe. I'll commission these guys. What I'll do is I'll just stop the work on them. So let's suspend construction there and suspend construction there. So they should not be able to extend. This is suspended, so that one won't be built. So that's it. Basically, that's our extension of our highway as it goes into that area. I kind of like the idea that it's running just over the hill here. It's going to hug that one there, and then it's going to cross the river over there. And we'll probably have another interchange over here. Probably have another interchange over here somewhere, depending on what we have built in these areas. We may not do the interchange at the start. But what I do want us to figure out is how we're going to run the rail next to this also. So what I'm wondering is we potentially need to run the rail out into this direction. It might even be a good thing to run it out over there. It doesn't have to be exactly the same spot. We can run this rail, for instance, over there. One thing that I did wanted to check maybe is, can we get up in between there? Yeah, I didn't think that was going to be a thing. Oh, it's pretty tight. Pretty tight now. It's not going to work. Maybe from that one. Oh, look at that. There we could get the rail right in the middle. Not that the rail in the middle is very useful to us in this game, I think. Okay, guys, I think I'm going to call it there. It's more stuff burning. Oh, this is done. My goodness. Now we're just waiting on this section of rail. Oh, this is almost done. Ooh, guys, in the next episode, we're going to start building cars. I am sure of it. How are we doing here? Got a fair bit of crops available. How are we doing here? Got food, got crops. Nice. I like it. Once we get this rail built, that section's done. Is this done? Oh, this needs, we need to assign this guy. So let's quickly assign this guy. We'll need that one to run through to be able to do this one and this side. So we'll need to get that thing done. Let's quickly assign that section. How many pieces do you have? You've got like 4 pieces running. That's interesting. Let me assign you this section over here, please. Do we have double guys working over here? Doesn't seem like it. It's got the one here that's now back on its way out. We have one coming on the way in. Doesn't seem to be the case. We've got these 2 operating here. Well, that's pretty good. They'll finish that off fairly easily. So where are all these rail construction pieces that's not happening? Is it these guys? Is it that one? Can't be. Can't be. So I'm very tempted to find out where some of these things... Oh, they must be here. It must be these guys. Must be this, right? That's assigned, yeah. That's assigned and that's built. This is not assigned because we'll need to come in from the other side to build that piece. That gone through quite nicely. Yeah, it's actually... And is this assigned? No, not assigned yet. We still need to finish off that section there. So good, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed it, please hit that like button. We're going back to a slightly less busy schedule. Oh my goodness, these things are built. My goodness, look at this. All of this is built. The roads are taking the longest time to build. This road is built. That road is built. These are built. My goodness, we are so effective sometimes. It just amazes me. These roads are getting there. They are getting there. These roads are getting there. Man, good. Okay, sorry about that. Got distracted yet again. Yet again, I got distracted. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed it, please hit that like button. And yeah, leave some comments down below if you have some. And I will see you in the next episode. Bye-bye!